Hey everybody, welcome back to Bots and Bevs, where we discuss everything automation and share some of our favorite beverages. This week I sit down with Lizarraga, where we talk more about the softer side of things and when to bot, when not to bot. Hope you enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back everybody to Bots and Bevs, our ongoing video series about everything RPA. Once again, I'm Mike Grace, the CTO of VerticalApps, and I'm lucky to be joined today by the wonderful Lizarraga, one of our RPA program leads.
Thanks, Mike. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Happy to have you. Cheers. So why don't we just start with this? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I've been with VerticalApps just shy of 5 years, and I'm helping organize the chaos that comes along with implementing innovative technologies.
Chaos there is. All right, so for today's discussion, all right, we're going to call this one To Bot or Not to Bot, and we're going to explore all the decisions and things that go into making decisions about whether or not you automate.
All right.
All right, so before we get in here, pretend like I'm a PM, one of your customers, and we'll take it from that angle.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right, you ready? All right. First question. So again, I'm a federal PM. I've got tons and tons of ideas, thousands of things I want to automate.
Everyone, yeah.
Where do I start?
So first I have to acknowledge the wealth of info that you got from my colleagues.
Well, the value really comes in scalability and eventually taking the process off of the user's machine.
X affects Y,
Okay.
right? Like any changes in X are going to affect changes in Y.
Yep.
That's amazing, but let's get back to the fundamentals, and it always starts with people. So you want to assess your team's willingness and attitude towards innovation and technological change. You want to provide them the appropriate amount of information and promote a unified understanding of this new technology because let's be real, fear of the unknown is true. Second, you'll want to try to understand what you're trying to improve in order to define realistic success criteria for your automation. Let's start by asking a couple questions, right? Does this yield high value? Is this high volume? Is this process stable and mature? Is this process repeatable? Because remember, not every opportunity is a good opportunity. So if your answer to any of those questions is no, then you're gonna wanna assess the risk and start to compare business complexity and technical complexity, right? You're gonna wanna spend a good amount of time trying to understand the current state of your process in order to develop a future state, whatever that looks like for your team. And then you're gonna wanna prioritize.
Oh God. Why did you go there? So you've hit on prioritizing. I mean, I think that's one of the hugest challenges people find all over the place. Again, all these ideas, you go through, you run the analysis. How do you know what to do first?
So I think too often teams rush to try to automate everything they can get their hands on, but that comes back to haunt them because then you run into a slew of problems like maintenance. Let's not get started on that. So what we started with is we created an intake funnel to gather information and opportunities and start to really build your automation backlog. What you're really doing there is you're trying to generate enough demand to sustain continuous RPA throughput. What that looked like for us is we were reaching out to various teams across various offices, across various product lines in order to get them smarter on this product, but also selfishly, we were learning about their opportunities in order to assess business value against our criteria. You have to remember that not every office has the same success, right? It means different things to different offices. So you can't forget about some of those qualitative measures, like scalability, driving consistency. Sometimes it's even enhancing insights. The list goes on.
Let's fast forward in the program lifecycle a little bit, right? So we know what to automate, we prioritize it, we built it. What does a program do when an automation stops working? How does that handle?
So I think like any new software, you want to have a continuity plan, right? Because let's be real, change is inevitable, things happen. So you want to outline processes and procedures to be able to sustain that. The beauty of starting off with RPA is that you can revert back to some of those manual processes. But as you scale, sometimes that becomes more complex. So you're really going to want to start leaning into those lightweight frameworks, operational techniques, where it's really important to be agile. So you want to decompose the automation into technical parts and enable feedback. That truly is key. Keeping that line of communication open. You want to reflect and inspect both the process, but also the working parts, but really get the feedback from the people who are using these things, right? The end users, the product owners.
Can I ask you a really tough question?
Sure.
All right. This is a question we get a lot. And it's from the standpoint of, if I'm a federal PM, I need some help. I want to build an intelligent automation program, right? I now have to evaluate all these folks who raise their hand and say, oh, I can help. And first question I'm going to ask, right? Well, how many bots have you built? Is that good?
We see this quite a bit, actually. People will equate RPA maturity with how many bots do you have? That's actually the wrong question to ask.
All right. So I happen to agree with you. But if that's the wrong question, you tell me what the right one is.
It's funny because I think that's the equivalent of asking a software company, how many lines of code have you written?
Fair.
Right? It's not about the quantity, but in fact about the quality. So think about it for a second. Do you want 10 automations generating similar reports with similar outputs? Or do you want one automation working across different offices, pulling data from various applications, and then analyzing your data in real time?
Me? I want the one automation that does it all.
Right. Don't we all?
No, I think that's all.
So the $1 million question is, what are you doing to move your organization forward? Scalability. So you really have to assess the business value, but we're not just talking about one person's machine, one person's process, a couple minutes here or there, but the movement of different parts and across the organization.
No, I love that. That's awesome. I suspect you're going to get a lot of questions about that when we have our meetup in the fall, right? All right, so we're going to get to my favorite part of this whole series, which is the drinks. All right, so we're going to have ourselves a cheers and a taste.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers. That's good. All right, what is that?
Light and refreshing like a team. It's got some grapefruit and lime juice. This is a grapefruit Paloma.
Ooh, I love it. That's pretty awesome. Well, I sincerely thank you for your time today. You shared a lot of valuable information. I think the folks watching this appreciate it as well. So thank you, Kathy. One more.
Thanks.
This is awesome. Woo-hoo, cheers.